everybody, welcome back to Renee and Baby. Today we are going to be doing the postpartum update 1 month post-delivery. Stay tuned.
Renee and her babies. Renee and her babies.
So I tried to keep him awake so that he could also be in the video, but you all can see the little rascal. This is Brayden. I'm about to lay him on my lap because he is trying to sleep and I am interrupting that. And he is like not here for it at all. He's okay. First and foremost, breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is going awesome. I really can't complain anything about breastfeeding. The baby's latching on perfectly. My milk production is up super high. My milk production actually came in way quicker this time than it did with my previous 2 pregnancies. I guess because my body is already trained to go ahead and produce that milk, and then my body already knows what to do. I want to say my milk came in about 3 days, maybe 2 or 3 days after delivery. The colostrum was already thinning out, and the milk was already starting to come in. I have pumped so much milk. Y'all know that I believe that when the baby's with me, he would eat off of me. When the baby's away from me, which is barely ever, he would eat off a bottle, which I have not introduced him to a bottle yet, and I don't have any intentions on introducing him to a bottle anytime soon because I don't want any nipple confusion. However, I have pumped out so much milk. It has taken over my freezer and I have to go buy a deep freezer. It is craziness. I feel that if any mom out there needs motivation to continue breastfeeding, think of it as your milk is the only milk for your baby. Your milk will adjust to your baby. So if your baby's sick and he's dehydrated, your body will know and produce more water in it. I don't know how it works, but somehow your body does it. So I will make everything that this little rascal needs, and I just continue to breastfeed and stick it out no matter what. And that takes me to the breastfeeding complications. So when we were in the hospital, the baby developed jaundice, which is very common for newborns to have. However, usually jaundice is cured with the baby pooping out the bilirubin, and it could be helped by the baby getting sunlight, which is from the UV ray, also from breast milk. I have never in my life experienced a doctor that I felt was against breastfeeding ever. This doctor was so pro, give the baby supplement, give the baby supplement, give them some formula and it'll make it better. No, it will not. I will breastfeed my son and I will put him under the sunlight, give him the UV light, the blue light that they put on the baby. Do what y'all gotta do, but we are not giving my baby formula, period. That's the same thing that I had to do when Fatty was born. They was like, oh, maybe you need a supplement, but they made it seem like more of an option with that. And she made it seem like I give him formula, he gets to leave the hospital type of thing, because they were saying that he was going to have to go upstairs and stay extra days and stay under the light. And it was just, it was an emotional time. I can't even lie. It was very emotional. I was very sad about it. Luckily, he got to leave because he was a few hours older, which meant that his bilirubin levels could be a little bit higher. Made no sense to me because he was a few hours older, he could leave. When the doctor made it seem like he don't get formula, he don't get that light, he don't leave the hospital. And it's just very discouraging when you have a doctor saying, oh, you're not producing enough, you're not making enough. At the beginning, your baby's stomach is the size of a marble. A marble, you guys. It is tiny. They don't need that much milk. That's why you have the colostrum, the liquid gold. But let me get off of this topic. That is a whole nother video on its own. As far as my body updates, so during delivery I had a 2nd degree tear when I gave birth. I'm not sure how good or bad that was, but he said 1st degree at first and then he switched it to 2nd degree. I'm guessing my tear was worse than than he had thought it was at the beginning. He put those stitches in and they itched like crazy. I want to say the first like 3 weeks. They're itching a lot less now, so I'm happy about that, because have you all ever been out in public and your area is itching? That is just horrible. And if you looking at this video and saying, oh, I didn't experience itching, everyone is different. Whenever you heal, you itch. Just like if you were to cut yourself and it scab up, it would itch. So it was just very uncomfortable for me, just in general, while I was healing. On my postpartum essentials video, I had a spray. I think it's called Dermoplast. I can't remember the name of it. But that spray really helped a lot with the itching. It actually caused a numbing to the area, so it helped with the itching that I was experiencing from the stitches and the healing. I am no longer bleeding, which I'm so relieved about that, because I bled, I want to say 3 solid weeks, and it was just uncomfortable. When I was discharged from the hospital, I was prescribed Motrin and narcotics. I took both of them, I want to say the first week or so, and then I weaned myself off of it because it was just completely knocking me out. When I was in the hospital, they was giving me 2 narcos every 6 hours and 1 Motrin every 8 hours. And I was fine with it. When I got home, it made me so loopy and it was just crazy. So I switched it down to 1 narco, 1 Motrin. 1 Motrin a day, 1 narco every, I want to say about 10 hours maybe. Instead of taking 2 every 6. And it helped a lot weaning myself off. And then it just got to a point where I just didn't take it out any at all. Whenever I would experience pain, I would take some. This time while I was healing, I actually had to take the medicine. With Fatty, I didn't take the medicine because I wasn't feeling pain, and it was just putting me to sleep. Like, I was literally falling asleep while I'm holding the baby, and that wasn't a good thing, so I ended up taking myself off. But with this healing process, my stitches hurt. Like, my area was like a throbbing sensation when I didn't have the medicine in my system. So it did hurt really bad if I didn't have my medicine, and it got better about a week after I gave birth again. So I'm not sure how much I weighed when I went in to give birth. However, 2 days prior to me giving birth, I weighed 160 pounds, 160 and a half pounds. So I'll basically call that my birth weight, because they didn't re-weigh me once I went into labor. I'm not sure how much I weigh now, but I will make sure to weigh myself at my 6-week appointment, because I don't have a scale here, because y'all know I don't care about my weight. So the biggest thing I've struggled with since having the baby, which this is the topic that I don't like to talk about, is postpartum depression or baby blues, postpartum anxiety, whatever you all want to call it. I have struggled really bad since having the baby, to stay motivated, to stay happy, to stay out of the funk that I have been feeling. I have a lot of things that contribute to the way that I feel. When I'm with my family or with my friends, it takes me to a better place, if that makes sense. So when I'm with them, I can be myself. I'm feeling good. It's when I'm by myself, it's like I'm in a hole, or it's like I'm in my own little cave and I just want to hide and just act like I don't exist. I've been feeling that a lot. I'm still currently going through it. It's just been a hard time, and I find myself thinking that things happen the way that they happen on purpose. Just knowing that I have my rainbow baby that helps me on a day-to-day basis and keep me motivated, as well as Fatty. It helps a lot. But what doesn't help is Fat. He's having a hard time adjusting. He's having a very hard time adjusting, and I feel like I can't be the best mother for him, because he's so used to being the only child and him getting all of my attention and being spoiled rotten. And now I have to split myself in 2. So it's definitely an adjustment to have to split my body. And also, Fat loves his baby brother, and he constantly wants to give him love. But I also have to protect the baby, because fat is still a baby, so he doesn't understand, hey, you got to slow down when you run towards your brother, or hey, you can't pick your brother up, or don't kiss him on his face or his mouth, kiss him on his body, or, you know, just small things like that. So it's definitely a big adjustment, and that's definitely been contributing to the postpartum anxiety for sure, because I have super anxiety. Also, me doing it by myself and doing all of this on my own definitely contributes. Sometimes I just want a break. I really just want to take an hour nap sometimes, or can I go to dinner and just be by myself? Like, that's what I want some days, and then other days I'm just like, oh, give me my babies. I never want them to leave me. But I think a person also needs their alone time, which I get my alone time from the baby, because he'll take a nap and then that's my alone time. And I also get my alone time from Fat, because sometimes he'll go with his dad's, and then sometimes he takes naps, or he'll go with my mom's. But I guess when I don't have the alone time, I want the alone time. And when I do have the alone time, I'm like, I got so much to get done. And I just have to remember that I need to take a breather and enjoy the alone time. And then I can worry about the other stuff later. And you think I would have learned that already after having 3 kids. But it's easier said than done. I have been losing my appetite. It's crazy. I'll cook food, want it, and then once I make the plate and sit down, I'm just like, okay, I don't have an appetite anymore. Or I can go somewhere, want something, get ready to order, and then I'm like, never mind. Let me not even get it. I've really just been craving sweet stuff. I've been wanting blizzards still. That was one of my pregnancy cravings towards the end of my pregnancy. And I've still been wanting blizzards constantly. Oreos, it's just all sweets, and I have to break myself from that, because otherwise I will never lose my pregnancy weight. I've also been having relationship drama, which not even relationship because I'm not in one, but relationship drama. So that's a whole nother video on its own separate day, where I can just hash it all out on video, because that's a whole nother topic for another day. And that's it about how I've been feeling and everything. But next is my body changes. I talked about my weight already. Now, the last thing that I did have to update you all about my body, I am losing weight. I can tell. When I was in the hospital, I still looked pregnant. When I came home, I still looked pregnant. For quite some time, I still had to wear the stretchy sweatpants or yoga pants or shorts or something stretchy. Now I can actually fit into some of my old jeans. Don't y'all love the feeling of not being able to fit your clothes and then getting down to the size that you were again to where you can fit them? It's so relieving to know that you are making progress and that you're losing that weight that you set out to lose. Last but not least, I have been getting, well, not getting, but I do have additional stretch marks. Y'all know I always bragged about it, but I didn't really care about it. About not getting stretch marks from my previous pregnancies. You get them from when you go really big to really small, or really small to really big. I had got a few stretch marks on my side, which I showed y'all during the whole pregnancy journey. I had got that with this pregnancy. And then after I had the baby, I've actually noticed a few more stretch marks. And I think this is from after having him, because they weren't there while I was pregnant or before I had him. And they're right around my belly, which I will show you all once I do the belly shot, which is now. Alright, time for the belly shot. So this is what I look like when I have on clothes. Doesn't look bad, but clearly I just had a baby. It definitely has not gone down all the way. Like, this shirt is normally super loose, and you all can tell with just a tank top on, which I don't wear, it looks like, I don't know, looks whatever. But this is, ooh, my bad. This is without my shirt on, which I still have. the line, what's it called? The Niagara, something like that. That's my belly from the front, from this side, and from the other side. And then where the stretch marks go, here they are. right there. Just little stretch marks. They're not big. They're little. And then there's one right there. I don't know if y'all can see it. And I thought there was another one, but that's it. Oh, there's one right there. There it is. So they're very little. I really don't care about my body because I just had a baby. It took 10 months in order for me to gain all that weight and grow a baby in my body. Therefore, I'm going to give myself plenty of time to make sure I lose this weight. So I'm not really stressing about it. My body is not at all what I want it to be. However, this is a reward for such a blessing, and I cannot thank God enough. I will take this body and enjoy my beautiful babies, my kids. Every stretch mark, every dent, crack, crevice in my body is definitely worth my kids, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. But back to the video. All right, you guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. We will see you all next time for another new video, update, or vlog. Until then, peace.
Renee and her baby.